These are the steps for installing the SC and ST connectors using EZ adhesive. While the SC connector is shown throughout this video, the process is similar for the ST connector. Begin by sliding the buffer support over the fiber. Using the stripping tool, strip 3/4 inches or 19 millimeters of buffer and coating from the end of the fiber. Be sure to hold the stripper firmly to ensure both the buffer and coating are removed. Clean the stripped fiber with a lint-free cloth moistened with isopropyl alcohol. Place the prepared fiber into the grooves of the connector holder block. Apply primer to 1/4 inch or 6 millimeters of the buffer. Place a wipe on the table and squeeze a drop of primer onto it. Wipe the end of the connector through the primer one time. Then, insert the connector into the holder. Invert the bottle of EZ adhesive. When there is adhesive at the tip, insert the syringe tip all the way into the connector ferrule. Increase pressure until a bead of adhesive is visible at the connector tip. While maintaining pressure, pull the syringe tip out of the ferrule. Immediately insert the fiber into the connector. Rotate the connector as the fiber is inserted to allow the fiber to pass through the connector without hanging up. Slide the buffer support onto the connector barrel. Then place a microclip on the buffer support. Place the assembly in the connector holder block. Allow the adhesive to cure at least 1 minute. Having removed the holder from the block, carefully remove the connector from the holder. Remove excess adhesive from the connector tip, taking care not to break the fiber. Score the fiber close to the ferrule using a single stroke of the cleaving tool. Remove the fiber by gently pulling away from the tip. Place the fiber scrap into a sharps bin. Remove the fiber stub using green Type H polishing paper and an air polish. Use light circular motions about 1 inch or 25 millimeters in diameter. Polish for about 20 figure-eighths. Paper on the polishing plate. Carefully place the connector in the polishing tool. Polish the connector using figure-eight strokes until all of the adhesive is gone. The figure-eight should be well rounded. Check the connector tip using a microscope. Here is an example of a good connector. This is an example of a chipped connector. If any adhesive remains, polish the connector tip with a few more figure-eights. Finish by installing the grip, pushing hard until it clicks into place. Single-mode connectors have additional polishing steps. Place a sheet of white Type E paper over the Type H paper, dull side up. Place a small amount of distilled water on the paper and distribute the water using an empty polishing tool. Place the connector into the polishing tool and polish using 6 to 8 well-rounded figure-eights. Clean with a wipe moistened in alcohol. Then dry on another part of the wipe. Check the connector tip using a microscope. Here is an example of a good connector. This is an example of a dirty connector. This completes the installation of the SC connector. If the ST connector has been terminated, place a drop of Loctite Superbonder on the threads of the buffer cap and immediately screw the cap onto the connector body.